Imagine civilizations thriving and vibrant that disappeared from history, leaving behind only whispers of their existence. Picture societies that once flourished, leaving indelible marks on the sands of time, only to vanish as if they were never there. These are the lost civilizations, shrouded in enigma and enshrouded in mystery, their stories waiting to be unraveled. Among these forgotten peoples, 5 stand out. The Sea Peoples, warriors of the waves whose origins and identity still confound historians. The Anasazi, architects of the cliffs, who left behind monumental structures. The Cucuteni Tripillian culture, masters of pottery with a burning ritual that baffles archaeologists. The Muisca, said to be the inspiration behind El Dorado, the city of gold, and the Vinca culture, pioneers of symbolism with an undeciphered script. Each of these civilizations, in their own unique way, has contributed to the tapestry of human history. Who were these civilizations and what legacies did they leave behind? Have you ever heard of the Sea Peoples, a civilization that terrorized the Mediterranean but left no trace? Now, this isn't a tale from a fantasy novel. This is history. Or at least it's the closest we can get to it. The Sea Peoples, these enigmatic warriors of the waves, were a confederation of naval raiders who harrowed the coastal towns and cities of the Mediterranean region during the end of the Bronze Age, around 3,000 years ago. Their impact was profound, causing upheaval and contributing to the collapse of several powerful civilizations, including the Hittites, and even gave the mighty Egyptians a run for their money. But here's where the mystery deepens. Despite their formidable power and influence, we know surprisingly little about the Sea Peoples. Their origins, their culture, their language all remain shrouded in the mists of time. Even their very name is a modern invention, as they left no written records of their own. Let's take a moment to ponder over this. Imagine facing an enemy so powerful, so destructive, yet so unknown. An enemy that sails over the horizon, leaves devastation in their wake, and then disappears back into the sea, leaving no clue about their identity. This is the enigma of the Sea Peoples, a civilization that sailed into history, caused a storm, and then vanished as suddenly as they had appeared. Could you imagine a civilization with such power vanishing without a trace? How could a civilization that built complex structures on cliff faces just disappear? This question has puzzled historians for centuries as they delve into the enigmatic world of the Anasazi, the architects of the cliffs. The Anasazi, whose name means ancient ones in the Navajo language, were master builders, carving out elaborate structures in the sheer face of cliffs, defying gravity and time. Their adobe and sandstone dwellings, some reaching up to 5 stories high, were a testament to their architectural prowess. They were also expert astronomers, their buildings aligned to celestial bodies, and their calendar etched in stone. Yet, around the end of the 13th century, they vanished. Their cliffside cities, once bustling with life, fell eerily silent. But why? What could drive a civilization to abandon their homes, their way of life, their very identity? Some theories suggest a prolonged drought, which could have led to food scarcity and social unrest. Others hint at an invading force or internal conflict that tore the society apart. But these are just theories, and the true reason remains shrouded in mystery. It's a chilling thought, isn't it? Imagine waking up to find your entire world, your history, your culture gone, vanished without a trace. It's a sobering reminder of how fleeting and fragile civilizations can be. So, I leave you with this question. What would you do if your entire civilization had to vanish overnight? What if I told you that a civilization existed that burned their entire villages every 60 to 80 years? Yes. We're delving into the captivating world of the Cucuteni Tripillian culture, a society that thrived between 5500 and 2750 BC. These people, who inhabited the regions now known as Ukraine, Moldova and Romania, were true masters of pottery. Their ceramics were not just functional but also aesthetically pleasing, intricately decorated with swirling patterns and vibrant colours. Such creativity and craftsmanship suggest a high degree of societal organization and an advanced understanding of both art and technology. But what truly set the Cucuteni Tripillion culture apart was their unique and somewhat perplexing practice of systematically burning down their settlements every 6 to 8 decades. Imagine entire villages razed to the ground only to be rebuilt over the ashes of the old. Archaeologists have proposed various theories to explain this peculiar ritual, from religious beliefs to a form of social reset. However, the true reason remains shrouded in mystery, much like the fate of the culture itself. Their disappearance around 2750 BC is unexplained. No known invasions, no signs of mass migration, just a sudden and enigmatic end to a culture that had flourished for nearly 3 millennia. Isn't it intriguing to think of a culture that willingly chose to repeatedly start from scratch? It makes you wonder, doesn't it, about the untold stories that lie buried beneath our feet, waiting to be discovered and understood. Could the legendary city of gold, El Dorado, have been inspired by a real civilization? This question takes us to the heart of the Colombian Andes and the Muisca, a civilization known for its affluence in gold. The Muisca were a society of skilled goldsmiths and traders, their wealth and prosperity reflected in intricate golden artifacts that have survived the test of time. These treasures, abundant and finely crafted, tell tales of a civilization that was far from primitive. It's no surprise, then, that stories of their riches might have given birth to the legend of El Dorado, the city of gold. Imagine a city where even the most mundane objects were made of gold, where the streets shimmered in the sunlight. This is the image that the Spanish conquistadors had in mind when they first heard whispers of El Dorado. However, like many great civilizations, the Muisca faded into history. Their gold was melted down, their cities reclaimed by nature, their stories turned into myths. But the question remains, could such a wealthy civilization completely disappear, leaving no trace except in folklore and a handful of golden relics? Let's ponder on this. If the Muisca did inspire the legend of El Dorado, it means that they were more than just a civilization. They were a dream, a symbol of human ambition and the quest for the unattainable. How much truth do you think lies in the legends and myths we've grown up with? What if the earliest form of writing came from a civilization lost in time? Let's delve into the captivating world of the Vinca culture, a prehistoric society that thrived in the Balkans over 7,000 years ago. These pioneers of symbolism developed a language that predates Sumerian script, making it potentially the oldest written form of communication known to humankind. Their symbols, etched onto pottery and figurines, remain a tantalizing mystery for archaeologists and linguists alike. Did these markings constitute a fully fledged language, or were they simply ornamental? We may never truly know. The Vinca culture, once vibrant and influential, mysteriously vanished. Their legacy, however, lives on in their symbols, a silent testament to their existence. It invites us to ponder the importance of symbolism in our own lives. How often do we use symbols to communicate our thoughts, feelings, or ideas? How would it feel to hold the power of communication, only to fade away into obscurity? Perhaps in understanding the Vincas, we gain a deeper appreciation for our own symbolic expressions. These vanished civilizations, each holding their unique mysteries, continue to puzzle and fascinate us. The enigmatic sea peoples, the cliff-dwelling Anasazi, the pottery masters of the Cucuteni Tripillion culture, the golden Muisca and the symbolic Vinca culture, all echo through time, whispering tales of eras long past. Understanding these lost societies gives us a deeper insight into our collective human story. Before you go, remember to like, subscribe and comment. What other lost civilizations fascinate you? Share your thoughts and join the conversation.